discussing the lack of funding in the foster care system and its negative effects on the children. The foster care system currently has over 400,000 children just in the U.S. There is not enough money, families, homes, or resources to adequately support the needs of the children in the system and then all the new children that are being brought into the system. Solutions that have been given have been to increase the budget of the foster system on a federal level. However, this money is not correctly or evenly distributed amongst the country and amongst the needs of the foster homes in specific locations. Another step that has been taken is to increase or change the training process for foster families to make sure that the families that are being chosen as foster homes have the correct motivations and are using their resources correctly to help the children succeed. I believe that there is no point in taking these steps if you do not fix the system as it is currently being ran. There is no point in continuing to give money to a system that doesn't know what to do with it. The money is being used incorrectly and it is not enough to sufficiently give the resources to the children that need it. I think in order to help change the system, there needs to be more regulations and laws put in place to make sure all the needs of the children are being met. Paul Ryan tried to add to the agenda of the Congress to cut from the temporary assistance for needy families budget funds. Sean Fremstead, a budget analyst, says that led to a 17% increase in foster kids from all of the cuts to children welfare programs. This means that while cutting budgets for these children, the budget cuts also increase the children that need money from these programs. The Department of Health and Human Services have shown the list of laws and regulations put in place for children who are in foster care, adoption, and other welfare programs. The last time any of these were updated or put new laws in place was 2008, and before that, 1997. The government funding has changed dramatically in the last 11 years since the last law was in place for these children. There should be stricter laws and it should be looked at more frequently than just 10 years. In addition, recent tax deficits and reform programs could lead to the elimination of child welfare programs altogether. Again, like the cuts to other welfare programs, this will lead to an increase in children in the foster care system, but a decrease in the money that is allowed in the system. I believe in order for this system to be efficiently run, there needs to be regulations in place to make sure that all children receive the same resources as bare minimums in the foster homes in which they are put in, such as having adequate health care, access to good schools and school supplies, food, and other health benefits that all children should have without having to worry about them. After these laws are put into place and there are stricter punishments for people who do not follow them, then there can be a reassessment of the budget to see what else is needed to make sure that these children are put into homes and families that can adequately take care of them. I agree that there should be harder and stricter training processes for foster families. However, there is not enough foster families in the system as it is. So there should be new efforts to try and increase the foster families that need it, or a way to have these children have happy and healthy lives without having to place them in multiple different families that might not end up correctly or how they would like. I think all of these things will help the foster care system be able to reconstruct itself so that the children, the families, and the system who will succeed to continue to help children.